where does this drive to become an entrepreneur come to you? Do you think it's natural? Do you think it's induced?
I feel the moment you walk into this campus at Atlas, what it does is it induces this worm inside of your brain where you're thrown into this place with all aspiring, brilliant, want to be entrepreneurs. And even if you don't know what you want to do, it somewhere drives you to become one. The beautiful thing about Atlas as a university is that you'll go the extra mile. I still vividly remember that Dr. Shahani actually sent Pratik sir. She pulled out her connect with the head of PVR,
Mm-hmm.
and we went and met him. And Pratik sir, during college hours, came along with me
Yeah.
to pitch that idea to PVR, which is just so encouraging at such a
Mm.
young age.
Hello, everybody. My name is Omkar, and every week I get you one of our successful Atlas alumni and fellow. And today I'm extremely delighted to have with me Palak. Palak is one of my earliest students, and every time I talk to her, every time I meet her, I am able to hear something new, something creative. And today we're going to have a conversation about how creativity actually leads to entrepreneurship. So, Palak, firstly, thank you so much for coming and welcome back to class.
It feels amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, lovely. I always start off with a very special memory, what I have with every student.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite memories with you is your MVP product. And I still remember it
Yeah.
very distinctly, right?
Yeah.
Because you were over there solving a problem that I still remember. It was the popcorn tub
Yeah.
box, correct?
Yeah.
This must be second year of college.
Yeah.
Yeah, second year of
Yeah.
college. We were learning MVP. And I could see that passion in you that you were really wanting to solve that problem. You came up with a lot of prototypes and you
Yeah.
actually took it a little further, right? Because
Yeah.
all the students are like, okay, our prototype is done, but you're like, no, I want to get it really off the ground. So I want to understand, where does this drive to become an entrepreneur come to you? Do you think it's natural? Do you think it's induced?
I feel the moment you walk into this campus at Atlas, what it does is it induces this worm inside of your brain where you're thrown into this place with all aspiring, brilliant, want to be entrepreneurs. And even if you don't know what you want to do, it somewhere drives you to become one. The best thing that happened here was you have always taught us this, that don't think about what do you want to sell. Think about a problem, find the solution, and then that's your product or service,
Yep.
which is one of the best advice I've got. That's what we did. And the beautiful thing about Atlas as a university is that you'll go the extra mile. I still vividly remember that Dr. Shahani actually sent Pratik sir. She pulled out her connect with the head of PVR,
Mm-hmm.
and we went and met him. And Pratik sir, during college hours, came along with me
Yeah.
to pitch that idea to PVR, which is just so encouraging at such a young age.
No, lovely. I want to dig in a little bit deeper about your journey, right?
Yeah.
You were always creative while in college, and now
Yeah.
creativity has taken the shape and form of entrepreneurial ventures, right?
Yeah.
You ended up writing a book, right?
Yeah.
You ended up writing a book while you were in college or just as you passed out?
Just as I passed
Yeah,
out.
tell me a little bit more about what normally they focus on something which is, oh, I want to prepare for my GMAT, GRE, but over here you wanted to write a book,
Yeah.
right? Can you tell me?
I'm going to start with this quote, which goes by medicine, doctorate, engineering, law. These are noble pursuits of life.
Yeah.
But poetry, romance, good food, fashion, this is what we remain alive for. And I feel I live by this quote. So, yeah, I did go on to write and internationally publish my book called Peach Plum and Damson when I was 20. And it was a book about just things that I felt at a personal level, insecurities faced by women, by men. That's something that I covered. Global affairs, which sort of spoke about forceful prostitution and stuff like that.
Mhm. I also have another memory, and that just used to consistently impress me was that I remember there was an intern who had come down from Afghanistan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I want to interview her.
Yeah.
I want to know her story,
Yeah.
and I want to take this story to inspire other people,
Yeah.
right? So, can you tell me a little bit more about why did you firstly select her? How did these thoughts actually come to your mind, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where I want to go to it, the genesis of these thoughts.
Yeah. I'm always inquisitive about how things work in a different country, because here we're very privileged, at least now, that uh, I'm very thankful in a way that my parents give me the freedom to go out there, make the mistakes, and learn from them. Whether it's me wanting to establish a cafe at the age of 21 with no background in hospitality, whether it's me wanting to launch my clothing label, my parents have always been my support system. It really intrigued me to know that this lady has come down from Kabul, Afghanistan, and it's just so inspiring because we the site that we see on the internet is that women can't even go down for a walk to the
Mhm.
market alone. And this lady, she's studied at Oxford University, and now she's in Mumbai. She's teaching us about trade in Afghanistan and all of those amazing things. I really had a knack for photography and interviewing people back then. And I actually went on to study
Mhm.
for a couple of months to London Film Academy. So, which is why I interviewed her and found some fantastic insights. I'm really grateful that she went on to boldly share her experience that she had as a woman and all the restrictions that they face on a daily basis. So
Mhm.
it was a fantastic interview with her.
Lovely. Now talking a little bit more about your clothing label, right?
Yeah.
I've been following you and the entire genesis of how that label came across.
Yeah.
And I genuinely thought that that's solving a very important problem,
Yeah.
right? And it just comes back, right? Fashion, everything is one part, but, is it
Yeah.
solving a problem?
Yeah.
So, can you firstly tell our viewers, our listeners as well,
Yeah.
about what made you towards launching the Pantsuit company?
Yeah.
What kind of problems did you observe? Did you maybe face at
Yeah.
also at a personal level? And how did the brand keep growing? And
Yeah.
now I know some really fancy celebs are also kind of sporting it.
Yeah. Um, so I still remember when I was in college, I was really insecure about the way my body looked, which is a very normal thing
Yeah.
that most of us go through, especially in that age. The moment I was dressed in a power suit, I felt like a different person. Then I went back to what you taught me in class: find a problem, create the solution. Anyone can walk into a palladium, and there's two options. You either you get this set pantsuit from this brand, which is affordable, or there's a high end luxury brand. But
Mm.
there's no brand which hits that gap in the market that helps you customize according to your body type
Mhm.
and your exact measurement, and also where you can find something unique which no other person's going to wear in the room.
Mhm.
So that's the problem that I sort of saw, and I saw that this is a gap that I can penetrate into.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing students, not wearing the most comfortable suits, blazers,
Yeah.
girls, boys, both, while they're coming and pitching. And,
Yeah.
when you're in a business school, a good suit becomes your second skin.
Yeah.
But if you're not really comfortable with it, or if you just look at it as a clothing item and not something which is the way you have positioned it, right?
Yeah.
Like a tool of empowerment, because when
Yeah.
I wear it I feel confident,
Yeah.
when I wear it I can slay, when I wear it I can achieve whatever.
Yeah.
But to find that little gap over there and trying to own that gap, I think that's a fantastic stride. Tell me a little bit, right? Because you do not belong to the fashion design formally trained,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What was the particular challenges to actually break into this industry,
Yeah.
right? Because everybody who thinks that, oh, I'm stylish, I'm fashionable, I'm going to launch it, right? But
Yeah.
it takes very specific skill sets to actually get into this
Yeah.
industry. What are the kind of challenges you're facing, firstly?
So, firstly, I feel like everyone wants to be their own boss
Mhm.
until they realize that they're the last one to take that piece of cake home.
Yeah.
And
If
sometimes,
there's any left.
if there's any left. So it's definitely not been an easy journey. Most definitely, students that study design, they obviously have an edge. But one thing that I know for sure is that hard work can beat talent. So you work hard, you do your market research, a lot of study, you learn your, even if you can't necessarily use those designing softwares, as long as you can transpire the perfect fabric fit finesse, make the person look good, I think that's what it all sums down to. Then you can do 100 fancy things and your product will still look like crap. There are
Mhm.
brands like that who spend a lot, but their clothes just they just don't look wearable. I think it all sums down to making the other person look good and giving the best optimal quality with value for money.
Lovely. Now, tell me your favorite memory, right?
Yeah.
Your favorite memory while you were building Pantsuit Company.
Yeah.
And maybe that might be a message, maybe that might be a big sale, that might be a top celeb wearing it. What is that kind of a memory which you hold on to and you always cherish while you're building Pantsuit Company?
The reason what drives me to be an entrepreneur or to take the risk of having my own business, I don't want to paint a rosy picture to young students watching this. Of course, there are a lot of months where not making sales, and there are months where you've invested so much in putting a collection together, putting out, say, an exhibit, and you don't manage to even break even. And there are times that all of this happens. It's a part and parcel of business and having your own company. But when you walk into a room and you tell someone that, when they ask you, what is it that you do? And when you tell them that, this is my label,
Mhm.
and when they recognize you, that's what makes it all worth it. For me, my favorite memory would be, I think, the first time that I exhibited my collection and I made sales. I think that was my favorite memory. That,
Mhm.
okay, because it just validated it for me that, okay, there is a market for this. There are people who will be willing to pay this price and there is scope for it. So that realization was great for me because I'm a great believer of, I want to fail fast.
Mhm.
I want to know what's not working out so that I can snap out, make changes, and do what's right for me.
Lovely. Not all ventures take off, right?
Yeah.
But the entrepreneur in you does not die,
Yeah.
right? And it's not dead, and I don't think it'll ever be dead,
Yeah.
right? But how do you swallow a hard pill
Yeah.
when one of your venture does not go the way it is planned?
I feel the only way is to move forward. And the only goal that I have in mind every time I face a setback is that I am bigger than this problem. I am bigger than this person who's trying to wrong me. I will show, let my success speak for itself,
Yeah.
is the only answer to it.
And that actually serves as a great motivation, right?
Yeah.
That, hey, you know what? I'm bigger than this. I'm going to
Yeah.
build bigger brands than this. Maybe 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, in retrospect, it'll just be like one little small
Yeah.
incident, right?
Yeah.
But when it happens, it feels like the
Yeah.
the
Your
earth is
world's,
shattering. Yeah,
yeah, down on your shoulders.
yeah.
Yeah.
Accepting and moving forward ventures. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's something nobody really tells you, right? How do you manage failures? How do you emerge successfully out of that? And you've done that beautifully. Now coming into Pantsuit Company, right?
Yeah.
I really want to know what's your vision forward with scaling Pantsuit Company, right?
I'm looking at a product verticals, adding a menswear vertical under pantsuit, because that's another gap that I feel that
Very
I
big one.
can
Yeah.
tap into. And B would be expansion in terms of markets,
Mm-hmm.
because I look at other cities, rather countries, that I feel my product would do way better than it would in Mumbai.
And what kind of factors really contribute to now not only talking about Pantsuit Company, right? Like
Yeah.
clothing, fashion, labels as a whole, as an industry. You've been over here for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think are certain contributing factors which really determine whether a brand will scale or it'll fail?
What goes into making a brand big? The basis, the foundation is your product. B is the way you market it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game changer because in today's time, you could be selling a makeup blender, but you can make $1 million out of it.
Yeah.
It's the way you put your product out there. And of course, lastly, the value for money, the quality of it, the people wearing it. I feel India is, hate to say it, but we love celebrity worshipping.
Yeah.
So the minute you spot a celebrity, I feel a lot of people would desire and aspire to wear the same brand. So
Mm-hmm.
that works for brands, yeah.
Got it. Coming back to your Atlas days, right? Um, which was your favorite subject at
Yeah.
Atlas, and why was it so? And any kind of a particular memory attached to that subject?
My favorite subject is marketing because it's an indispensable weapon in today's time. Your product could be basic, but like I said, you can make massive turnovers out of a very simple product if
Mm-hmm.
it's positioned and marketed correctly. What I learned at Atlas, social media marketing, that is something that has helped me monetize my business so much.
Mm-hmm.
Atlas, in a way, has groomed us with the
Mm-hmm.
way we pitch, present, our demeanor, the way we speak. They've
Mm-hmm.
groomed us overall,
Yeah.
you know?
You must have pitched more than 10, 15, 20 times all throughout your journey, I think.
Yeah.
The other part, right? What do you miss the most about Atlas?
The the mentorship. There's always, I could just walk into Dr. Shahani's room and just tell her that, hey, I have this idea. Or I could just walk into the staff room and speak to you or, the other teachers there. And y'all would always be there to tell us how exactly to go about it. And sometimes you need a little bit knock on your face that, hey,
Mm.
this isn't good. This isn't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So that mentorship was the most priceless that a student and or an aspiring entrepreneur can have, and that's what I miss the most.
Last section now, Palak. Okay, we're here for the rapid fire one, where I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions. You gotta answer me quick and fast. Okay, so right off the bat, if you were not building Pantsuit Company,
Yeah,
what would you be building?
I think a restaurant.
A restaurant?
Yeah,
Okay. What cuisine?
world cuisine.
World cuisine.
Play it
Okay.
safe. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Second, right? Which entrepreneurial venture which you thought during your days at Atlas, which you were very confident at the start, but then you are like, you know what? Let me not do it. Let me do something else.
I was really into photography,
Mm-hmm.
and because I got so engrossed with business, I sort of gave it a little
Yeah.
go, yeah, which I kind of regret. But I
Mm-hmm.
think, yeah, photography it would be.
Got it. Lovely. One dream celebrity you want to see wearing Pantsuit Company. Let's just push it in the world right now.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts
Yeah.
sporting a
Yeah.
Pantsuit Company. Okay, lovely. Are you planning to have a kiddie version of Pantsuit Company?
Um, I wouldn't mind taking on an order if someone needs it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dream location for your store for Pantsuit Company.
Emirates Hills, Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. And now my last question is that if I get fit, will you let me model for you?
I would. I
Yeah.
would totally.
Okay. Great. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you so much, Palak.
Thank
This
you,
has been
sir.
super, super insightful.
Thank you.
I'm really happy and I'm very proud of you. Every time I see your story of Pantsuit Company, I share it with a bunch of friends.
That's so
And
sweet.
every time I see like a celebrity posting something about it, I'm incredibly, incredibly proud. And I'm so confident that this is just the start. And whatever you said right now, be it the place, the celebrity, it's just a matter of time. And we're all here to support
Thank you
you.
so much, sir. It means a lot. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much.